period.
An era of remarkable stability,
Uh-huh.
economic growth,
Yeah.
and
And isolation?
isolation.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought Japan was interacting with Europeans
They were.
during Nobunaga's time.
Yes.
They even had firearms.
That's right.
What happened?
Well, you're right. There was contact with Europeans,
Okay.
particularly Portuguese traders and Jesuit missionaries
Okay.
in the 16th century.
Okay.
But the Tokugawa shogunate was wary of foreign influence.
They didn't like
They
it.
didn't like it.
Okay.
They saw it as a threat to their authority and the stability they had so carefully crafted.
So they wanted to get rid of it.
Yeah.
What did they do?
So they implemented the Sakoku policy.
Sakoku.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what's that?
It means closed country policy.
The closed country policy.
Yeah.
When did they do this?
In the 1630s.
Oh, okay, so they closed the country.
Yes.
For how long?
Over 2 centuries.
What?
Over 200 years.
That's incredible.
It's hard to imagine a country isolating itself so completely for so long in today's interconnected world.
It is.
Like, could you imagine no internet
I know, right?
or phones?
Crazy.
Yeah.
200 years of limited contact?
Mm-hmm.
How did that affect Japan's development?
What's a complex question?
Yeah.
On the one hand, Sakoku allowed the Tokugawa shogunate to maintain peace and stability.
Okay.
They successfully suppressed Christianity,
Oh, wow.
which they saw as a challenge to their authority.
Okay.
And it also fostered the development of a unique Japanese culture.
Like what?
Well, the Edo period saw a flourishing of art, literature, and traditional performing arts like kabuki theater.
So they really developed their own unique culture during this time. Exactly.
Interesting.
But there's a downside.
there's always a downside.
Right.
It also left Japan technologically and strategically vulnerable.
Vulnerable. How so?
Well, while Europe and other parts of the world were undergoing rapid technological advancements,
Like what?
particularly in areas like shipbuilding and weaponry,
Okay.
Japan remained largely cut off from these developments.
So they fell behind.
In a way, yeah.
And you're saying this would have significant consequences later on.
Yes, when Japan was finally forced to open its doors to the West.
Forced.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Did someone come knocking?
They did.
Hmm.
And it wasn't a gentle knock.
No.
It was the arrival of Commodore Matthew Perry and his black ships in 1853.
Okay, Commodore Perry Black Ships. I need you to tell me more.
All right, so picture this.
Okay.
Ado Bay, 1853,
Okay.
a fleet of American warships,
Okay.
painted black,
Okay.
armed with powerful cannons,
Oh, wow.
sails into the harbor.
Did you show up?
They show up.
What?
Their mission to force Japan to open its ports for trade with the United States.
It was a shock to the system after centuries of isolation.
A huge shock.
I can only imagine what was Japan's reaction.
Initially, there was resistance.
Okay.
The